Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, I got two shows that I'm going to be dropping here, and I think I'm going to actually drop them back to back. And sorry if I do bad on this. I'm actually playing on hard difficulty for the first time on arcade, seeing how well I can do. And yeah, with this week's episode of Dates Alive, I'm feeling like it can easily show us what type of anime it can become very quickly, with the beginning having people's hands literally cut off when they're trying to vote against something they didn't agree upon, or the simple fact that we literally saw someone supposedly die this week's not die, but yeah, um supposedly this girl who has Nagami, or I believe that's her name, is pretty much going into all of this in the sense of, if you spend a whole entire like 12 hours seemingly, or like a full day, and you haven't guessed it, I'm gonna take someone away from you. And seemingly she took someone that pretty much was one of the more easier examples of him like finding out that who is who, pretty much, in my opinion. Like, out of anyone who he went on a date with, well, I guess I can't say that because we don't know how the date went with the guy. They kind of just said it happened. So yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, so I'm not sure how that date went, but to be fair, I think him and one of the twins, had the best date overall. Oh my god, I just got a perfect like idiot. And overall, I like that, because it just plays on. Oh well, you had a really good date with this person and pretty much figured out that they wouldn't betray you, or that they would do anything for you and their other twin. So why not take her away from you? Like, it's clear to me, or maybe she just got lucky, I'm not sure, but it's seemingly clear that she is just as well watching, as close, if not closer, than the people in the headquarters that are giving our homeboys all these barking orders, and at least telling him how things are turning out overall. So in short, we kind of get this feeling that either A, he hasn't talked to the person she is, or B, if he did talk to the person she is, she already blended in so well that he kind of didn't want to question anybody. So it's pretty rough. And to think about it, like, the only things that were different that the girls noticed to give her away was blinking at a different time, and not only blinking, but his temperature, what his body temperature was. So those are things very, very odd to instantly know about someone by heart, and for it to not change ever is kind of weird too. But to be fair, I don't think he pays that much attention to all of them. So yeah, it should be a very like hard outcome for him to even figure this out, if he even figures it out in a traditional way. Or for some reason in these shows, a lot of people like to help him towards their point of like being in the full control. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is also like a thing that could possibly happen in this arc. Like, pretty much she having something go on, or him having something go on with his people in the beginning, and she ends up helping because she's already winning, so why not help? And the reason why I said it could be a death is, technically she said, can you figure me out until they're all gone, in the sense of like, I'm literally going to take them all away from you. So I guess it's just me putting my own implications on it. But I mean, she seemed relatively mad. I understand if it was just like, oh, they're gone and now you can't see them, they're in this other place that I control. Like, that's quote unquote being taken away and being gone. But I mean, I don't, by seeing how gory the hand cutting off thing was, I mean, sure, he said get the infirmary ready. I mean, he's just gonna use those people till they then start betraying him and he actually does kill them. I mean, he really doesn't have any use for them besides them just saying stuff and keeping everything as legal as possible to keep like cops and other corporations like off of his tail. Boom, bam, he's sitting pretty. But that's all I wanted to really like see though, or like get a knowledge. Like, what does she mean by them being gone? Is it literally just her taking them away from him, or what's going on with that? Not to mention, whenever we kind of got into those situations, this is kind of those episodes where if the main character is acting a certain type of way, it's kind of obvious for the girls. And to think that none of them really called him out on how he was like reacting to everything was surprising in my opinion. Seeing how like they called him out on almost anything he does that's not as, normal or that they expect. But seemingly they expected these things and they didn't question like if they're, I mean, Toka did once, or at the very beginning she's like, are you okay, you're acting weird. And so I guess that's one person, but she would have said that even if he like bit into a food in a different direction. That's just her go-to line, is to always check up on him. So that's another reason why I feel like she's almost in the clear, but maybe not so much, because she might be the easiest to imitate out of all of them, because she's so pure about her answers and stuff. So you just have to give like a pure, honest person answer, and you'll be practically her. So I don't know. I really enjoy this. It's like some weird detective type of arc, even though it's really just like him going on dates. But to see someone straight up get Thanos out of existence and get taken away by a broom, oh god, it hurts my soul that it was one of the better girls. Like, why couldn't they take the singer? Like, oh, that's who does the fans like? Oh, one of the twins dead. Who's next? Another twin? This show is sick. It's sick. But yeah, my anime people, I will be hopping on this next video very quickly after this one. I'm gonna be doing index. I think I'm gonna try to post them back to back. So please, sorry about the long wait for these videos. You guys are amazing for not yelling at me and stuff like that. I do want to get out daily content, but I know I got one thing out, but I wouldn't leave you guys on something like that only, simply because there's so much more I can try to get out in this day / night, and I honestly think it's a lot more fair in that light, when I can get out so much more than other channels can that are putting in edits and stuff like that. I want to get out as much content and my opinion out there as possible, so you guys can give me your guys' opinion on the episodes or other shows that are coming and stuff like that. So if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments down below, or by just dropping a like. Even just a view was helpful, so thank you so much for that. I am on hard perfecting people. What do you mean? I honestly think that we're going to get something very, very special with these characters, supposedly, that are going to show up. In the opening song of Date / Alive, it was like pretty clear which girls are old and which ones are new. The new girls are all like having their back facing the camera, and they're all like in this dark space that they created for themselves, or someone created for them, so you got that vibe. And then the girls that we know are like on our side, they're all like smiling and looking up with hopeful thoughts and stuff like that. So the one thing I wanted to ask though is, I'm so glad I started talking about them in the opening, because the one girl that I saw there that I didn't expect, which I guess I should expect after how the season 2 kind of ended and how she was like helping, was the girl who can like stop time, or she's like her eyeball is like a time thing or something. What I didn't notice that she was kind of just gonna give up on being a full-time villain. You know, she seemingly is taking I don't it seems like she's just taking the good side, you know? Feels like wherever she's going in the story, it's going to either be positive for the our side, or it's going to be like right in the middle where she's kind of just helping us in a convenient way that also helps herself. But I couldn't tell really from just the second season and the opener. That's pretty much all we've had from her from as of now. So that's just my thoughts on the whole thing. Is like, where does she sit? What can she do for us? Because she's stupid powerful. Like when all of the girls are gone and he would have to battle them by himself pretty much. Who shows up? Her, and he has any, you know, he has like the all of a sudden a huge chance in the world to win all of a sudden, you know, just because one chick shows up that's supposedly not even on his side, you know. So really cool. I just want to know if she is important, how can she continue to utilize her powers and he's not capable of like kissing her, or is she ever going to allow herself to be kissed to have her powers nullified or whatever? So that's kind of where I was going with that, but it didn't seem like she would, simply because there's like three to four girls that are supposed to show up, and it seems like that would be some extra, like they would already have done taking care of her if they're going to introduce all these other characters. That grab is sick. But yeah, overall, amazing episode, because this show has its own way of having its own like comedy and stuff in it, and I always loved it for that. Oh, hot. But overall, I truly just want to know who they're personating. It seemed like she wasn't even impersonating anyone. I was like, that's pretty cheap if she's just floating in the air, not impersonating anyone, and she's like, haha, how you lose because I'm nobody. I'm myself. Like, what? You bitch. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of what's going to happen. Somebody gave me a really good suggestion of not to look into this girl's name because that might give it away. So shout out to him, and hopefully all of you do the same and stay away from being spoiled, because we don't need that spoilers here. Let's get that legit honest reaction. So I hope you guys want to watch my next video or just show it some support. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.